Alright, we're back for day 2 of the perfect shortbread recipe. And we hope. Yeah, well, because remember, this is a trial. We're gluten-freeing it, and yes, I'm now product placing. But this is available in multiple locations. We bought one at Whole Foods, and then I accidentally bought a second one at Williams and Sonoma. So this is the multi-purpose gluten-free flour. Now, David said that you prefer pastry flour, right, with this?
Pastry flour, yeah. Lower gluten flour.
This is low gluten flour. This is no gluten flour. In addition, just to make it lighter, I am sifting it. I don't have an old school sifter, but I'm using our sifty thing. So we need our 2 cold logs. Yeah, there's a thing to be scraped there. You want a spatula? It's in the thing. Okay, I'm going to carry on with the 20 ounces of, in this case, gluten-free flour. But if you're not worried about wheat, you can use pastry flour. Fingers crossed it works for us. Okay, 13. And apparently it's important. I know Europeans don't like to use cups. They use their scales. I think it's because, doesn't when humidity changes, how much flour you're getting in a cup changes? Or how much by weight?
There is that, and the size of the cup is depends on the cup. It's not a...
No, this is a measured cup.
Yeah, in a US measurement. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah, I know. I've heard cooks talk about like, oh, well, I'll use my coffee cup. Well, that's not a cup.
Yeah.
I can show you all my different cups. I'm just going to put this back in because it's perfectly good flour. It's just lumpy.
That's good.
There we go. I made a mess. Just so you know, there's a mess here. Here, put that there. The other thing we've done, prepped ahead of time, is this is my shortbread container that as soon as David started making shortbread, I purchased. And then he told me it was useless, but we're going to use it anyway. I'm going to press my half into this.
And this is the actual one you want to use.
This is his preferred stupid method.
So it's not silver, it's not black, it's in between. It's gold. We got this from Williams and Sonoma. I'm sure other people sell them. And the point is it has straight sides because we're putting so much butter in this thing that it would just flop apart if you tried to do it like normal shortbread lying on a flat surface. So you want the sides to hold it up until it is until it's firm enough to hold its own shape, and then we'll be flopping it out on a pan, cutting it up, separating it and putting it back in the oven just to make it complicated.
Oh, this is like biscotti where you twice bake it.
Yep. Alright, so this all goes in.
You need your flour, you need your refrigerated dough, and a pastry cutter. And this one I got in an antique store. You can buy them new, but it's not as easy to find as it used to be. So keep your eyes open if you go to vintage shops. And just cut it in. Is it hard on your hands?
No.
Given that I've got poor hands, I'll have to test it.
No.
You going down to pea size?
Yeah, that's the idea. Just like you were doing if you were doing pastry. But you're not going to turn it into a dough. That would be a mistake.
I'll keep going while you... You don't have to do your hands. You know your hands are heating it up.
Yeah.
I don't know why you need to use your hands.
Get it to the right consistency.
So you're going to frise it all the way.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to frise it at all. I'm going to get it ready and then put it in the pans. Happy?
Well, I'd keep going till it was pea-sized.
Yeah.
It isn't bad, especially given the quantity. Why not? There's still more. We can cut.
Alright, so like you do with pastry, try and get the bigger bits. The books all say don't warm it up too much with your hands. How you're supposed to not have heat transfer from your hands to the food is beyond me.
Yeah, I don't see how that's possible.
So
Just fast and
try
floofy.
and be quick. Yeah, this is feeling pretty good now.
Oh, careful.
Be sure to fling some on the floor while you're doing it.
We have it everywhere. Between the flour and the... So it's smaller than pea-sized.
Yeah.
Although there are lumps.
Yeah, there are lumps. So those lumps will form non-uniform distributions of flour and butter in the pan, which is what you want. All right, let's call that good.
Spoon?
Sure.
Well, here's a spoon.
Yeah.
Eyeballing the halfway mark.
This is totally eyeballing it.
It still needs more, or it's not going to get up to its rope line.
Yeah, we'll start pressing, sort of distributing it and pressing it lightly to find out how much more we need. Oh, I see. Okay. I think you get all of this.
Probably. Yours doesn't have a top.
Okay, so we're going to try and get this kind of flat.
I need more.
And we're going to press it down a bit, not super hard, just enough to make it sort of compactify. And since it's got aerated butter, it will puff up a bit while it's cooking.
It's good because I'm not hitting my rope line. That's what I thought. So then we're going to put these in. What's the temp?
275 preheated
For how long?
for 40 minutes.
For 40 minutes, and then it's cleanup time. All right, our cookies are done. David's going to pull them out of the oven. I assume one tray at a time. Maybe put the other one up on top.
Yeah, well, why don't we get one of these out so we can put
The cooling one on it.
yeah.
Okay. My experiment. Well, it's a double experiment now. We can experiment with pan and...
Yeah, I'm a little skeptical, but we'll see. Okay.
Pan and flour.
So here's the dangerous bit. Put your board on top of your hot pan.
And the best purchase we ever made were these hot gloves.
Put it over.
Hold up your gloves.
There we go.
Yeah. Hold up your gloves, David.
Yeah, those. So
They
these
are the best. They're called Norpros.
Yeah.
And they've got like silicone on the hands. And they're heat sensitive, so you can actually have gloves. Ooh, it's a little...
Yeah.
Come away clean.
Nope.
Is that normal or abnormal?
That's a little abnormal.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Worrisome.
Anyway, so now we have our
So this may be a failure.
shortbread of half-cooked shortbread, and we are going to cut it with
Maybe
a
it
nice
should have cooked longer.
sharp
It
knife.
feels very cakey.
Yeah, this was 40 minutes.
I think you should cook it longer.
Yeah.
We have a
Well,
very cakey cookie.
right.
I don't think this is gonna...
Mhm.
Maybe you should let it cool. So,
No, we shouldn't let it cool. You want to do this kind of quickly.
we have a cakey looking cookie right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure this is gonna work.
Well, it'll work if you use flour.
I don't know.
we're not using flour because we stopped using flour. Alright, so...
yeah, transferring that seems dangerous.
It's fine.
Okay, you're gonna do that.
So get your mesh, put it on top.
Flap it over.
Flap it over.
Oh, that's better. Let's just keep them separate. Go ahead and put that one. Alright, so now turbinado sugar.
Yeah.
I think you should leave them. You leave it like that, don't you?
No, I separate them out. So the idea is...
I'm afraid to move this at all. I think you should leave it.
Well, the idea is to spread them out a bit. So
but we're not going to because this is very delicate looking.
So that it can aerate better. But that's also the idea of putting it on the mesh, is that it can lose some moisture from the bottom as well as the top. So it loses moisture evenly.
Maybe we'll cook this for a while, then move it apart.
And I'm sprinkling a little turbinado sugar, so the big grain sugar, to give it a kind of, I don't know, crunchy top.
It's that brown, big crumbles thing.
Yeah. And tip from Thomas Keller, put your hand high above it so it sprinkles out nicely.
And I think we need more than he's putting on there, so, because I really like it. Browny, sugary. Okay, go put it back in the oven. And then notice I'm trying to take my time on mine because that looks very dangerous. And I don't have any, I don't have parchment. So here's what happened. We have a cakey, oh, well, tastes good. It just fell apart.
All right.
Tastes good.
So the problem with that pan is it doesn't sit flat on a board when you invert it.
No, so it's going to have to fall away.
Well, you just have to be deft.
I wonder if we should just put it directly onto that.
What, upside down? Oh yeah, we do put it upside down. Yeah. Okay.
Because we're not going to separate it.
Yeah.
But I'm a little concerned at the fact that it's not going to be clean. Ooh, that got that hot fast. Fingers crossed. This is a very dangerous operation right now. Put it in there and I'll bang on it. I buttered the bejeebies out of this. So fingers crossed it comes off. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, it came. Fingers crossed. Oh, not
partial.
good. And we don't have design. There it came.
Good enough.
No design whatsoever.
Yeah, I thought it wouldn't.
That turbinado.
Oh yeah.
That's the important bit. I'm gonna scrape out the
missing bit.
Yeah. Well, because I want to snack on something.
I think I'm probably off camera here.
Well, you pushed me.
Yeah.
There we go. It's very, 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 very soft.
Yep, which is normal.
It's very crumbly. So I don't know what we could do. We're going to have to think on what we can do to
I think you're right about cooking it longer with the fake flour, but 40 minutes is correct for the
regular flour.
Regular flour.
It tastes good. It tastes great. So that's a good time.
Get this. And this.
I would have added at least 10 or 15 minutes. Let the experimentation commence. Very good. Very, very good. Just not holding together. This is the same problem I had with the pie I made.
Okay, so now we've put it back into a 275-degree oven, and I've set the timer for, well, the instructions say 40 to 50 minutes, which
we may go longer.
So I set it to 50 minutes because this stuff seems to want a bit more time
Cooking.
And so now in the oven, not in a closed container, it's open underneath on the mesh and it's open on the sides. It's cooked enough to keep its shape is the idea. It should dry out more because that's what... Alright, so here it is.
I don't know if you can see it. We're going to have to try and cut because we couldn't cut before.
Try with the knife again.
Here, let's use a tender knife. I'll cut mine, you cut yours. Feed with me.
Yep.
It's still very, very wimpy.
Yeah. So the reason you cut it halfway through is because if you cut it at the start, nothing will happen. It'll all just merge back together.
Well, and this one had marks. It's coming apart, but it's very, 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 very delicate.
Yeah, this is super delicate because we're not using real flour.
We're using wheat-free flour. It is real flour. It's just not your standard wheaty flour.
Yeah. Okay, so...
So do you think we should put them in for a little more time?
No, I think we should leave them to cool.
Okay. Yeah, they are crumbly.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to leave them to cool.
But they smell good.
They smell good. They don't smell like beans. I don't think I ever told you the story about when I tried going off wheat before, David cooked me his cherry pie, and it was delicious. Delicious pie when it was hot. The next day, however, when it cooled, it tasted like refried beans with cherries inside because it was garbanzo bean. Well, you're correct. I swear we tried this and it worked on the wheat stuff once.
Well,
I think I'm gonna have to try a different recipe of squishy kind, like sugar cookie squish.
We'll come back in 20 minutes and give it a go.
Alright, so what does one need with one's shortbread? And it's cooled perfectly. Gotta get a plate. It's cooled perfectly, and it is not, it's crumbly, but it's not too crumbly. Definitely, ooh, yeah. Yes, sir. So what I would say is cook in the first round a little longer. This one's more delicate than that one. But to eat this, I'm going to sacrifice my sleep for you all tonight because we'll have a proper cup of tea. What one needs for a proper cup of tea is a tea kettle. Do not use your hot pot on your faucet. It's not hot enough. And this is all learned from Mr. Picking Pants here. Do not put your cup in the microwave. David, should we put our cup in warmer water in the microwave?
Not when you're making tea.
No, when you're making tea. You have to bring this to a boil. What? And then I'll argue with him there. Alright, so one needs milk.
Cream.
One needs, well, this is half and half.
Yeah.
One needs
boiling
water, and I'm waiting for this to come to a full boil. And then we prefer in this house Revolution English breakfast tea. We're a tea bag family. But it's tasty. Ooh.
Missing its...
A whole bunch of them. What happened?
You don't have them.
Well, why does that one have one then?
I don't know. I think that probably came out of one of those 20 packages. Put your lid back.
Oh, this will help. David got these in Japan. Fancy sealed for fancy keeping your tea fresh. How many minutes? Do you remember?
What, for this to go?
He used to make my tea for me. I haven't made my own.
There
In fact, this is my own handmade tea by myself for the first time in a very long time.
There is no amount of time. You just have to feel it.
No, but you set the timer. Sorry, you used to.
Oh,
When you made my tea.
It said on the side of the Revolution tea packet.
We used to set it, I believe, for 3 minutes.
Something like that.
So, pour your water in, leaving about ½ an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch, and then walk away and ignore the tea. We have to walk away and leave it and be patient. I'll tidy up my stuff. If you want a little bit of sweetener, I'm a honey girl. And now would be the time for my honey. So I'm going to put the honey in mine. I don't think David puts sweetener in his. A little bit of honey. And we have to let it sit. David puts the timer on, just so he's not tempted. But I don't think he's doing it anymore. He's become all lackadaisical.
That's right.
3 minutes. I guess we could do dishes.
We could.
While we wait for our 3 minutes. Mine looks right. Does yours?
Fine.
Alright, I think we're good. And will you give me my recycling bin? Because hopefully the mesh part's recyclable, but I consider this to be yard waste. There. And then a splash of, in our case, half and half, because we don't stock milk anymore. I like mine quite milky. Where do you stand?
More the better.
Oh, you need more then?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll open a new one. Or do you want cream?
That's good cream.
Okay. David's a cream guy.
Yeah.
I don't love the taste of cream with mine. I have a spoon already. There you go. Alright. This is too crumbly to dunk. So you just eat it.
Yeah, dunk.
You can't dunk this. What do you think? Taste it. Oh, it's quite hot.
To see.
You can drink British tea hotter because the fat, what is it? You told me the science. The fat from the milk helps cut some of the crumbly. It's crumbly. So this one's crumbly, might be spoon worthy. Mm-hmm. But the old stuff, the old stuff was crumbly. Mm-hmm. The old stuff is the stuff out of the wheat flour is crumbly as well, just not quite as much.
It wouldn't fall apart in your hand like that, though. Mm-mm.
So we'll have to work on how to make a little bit firmer hold on it. And I don't know, other than cooking it longer, what the answer is. But I got a piece this big. It's very good.
Very good, yes.
Very, very good. Even if it doesn't look as pretty as the other stuff. There, look. Maybe smaller cookies.
Yeah.
Turbinado, I forgot about that. So good.
But your normal shortbread is not crumbly. It's more of a dough that's been put together. So this is very crumbly and it has a kind of crusty top.
Well, that means that you need the gluten. Mm-hmm. I mean, the gluten's the only thing we've sacrificed here.
Yeah.
Oh. This might be better. It's very gentle and not so heavy. Mm-hmm. Try it at home. If you use wheat flour, you're going to get a much firmer cookie. If you use wheat-free flour or gluten-free flour, you're going to get a looser cookie, and the cooking time should be lengthened at the very least.
Yeah, give it an extra 10 minutes or so.
Yeah. Try it though and leave me a comment. Let me know how it goes. I'll be thinking about you all night long when I don't sleep. Oh, it's so good with tea. Hey, I hope you like this little video. So subscribe, ring the bell, comment, hit the like button, whatever it takes, because you know it really helps us with the channel. Bye!